Welcome to Interplanetary News 3052. One of the prime ministers who ruled over the British nation, in the closing days of such systems back in the early 2000s, is today to be exhumed and cloned to face sentence for crimes he committed against humanity. He was pronounced guilty of all charges against him in a closed court, ironically the very system he set in place, and faces the maximum sentence of 400 years in the planet Silas 3 ship pits. Tony Blair will be genetically modified to withstand the rigorous conditions on Silas 3 but will be chemically castrated to prevent him ever producing progeny. His wife of the time will also be exhumed and cloned to send with him for failing, as a human rights lawyer, to stop her husband from committing these heinous crimes. In addition, the history of the early 2000s will be rewritten to reflect the truth. The Intergalactic Council apologizes that it has taken so long to bring this criminal to justice, but better late than never. In other news, another 20s politician, Barack Obama, is to be fired into the sun on Friday. Tomorrow's weather will be the same as today's, and all city slaves are advised to wear wrap suits in case of sudden downpours. The mutant cockroaches of Alt 5 were yesterday planning their centenary celebrations and were preparing to get their Lee Gordon Brown out of cryogenic deep freeze, so that they could cover him in a fresh layer of cockroach scum to ensure their fertility for the coming year. The cockroaches insist it does Mr. Brown no harm, as he has never visited any biblical plagues upon them in their entire history. Indeed, they point to statistics which show that cockroach numbers have increased year on year since the start of this practice, and say, as the biggest cockroach of all time, Mr. Brown is well placed to know what's best for their planet. And finally tonight, Interplanetary News brings the sad story of the end of planet Earth. The planet has been on the destruction list for the last 1,031 years following the catastrophic detonation of many thousands of nuclear warheads in the pogrom against the Arab alliance. The nuclear Armageddon was initiated by the United States in a supposedly retaliatory strike for the detonation of a suitcase dirty nuke which was detonated in Washington. The President Barack Obama, who was with all his staff in Hawaii at the time of the strike, immediately gave the order for all-out nuclear war on the Arab nations. The ensuing firestorm has left the planet uninhabitable for all life forms. Even the cockroaches moved to Alt 5, and it will be finally destroyed tomorrow at 12 o'clock that night. So given the clear skies here on Mars, it should make a spectacular display. So until the next Interplanetary News, this is me, City Slave 193762, wishing you all a peaceful sleep courtesy of Big Pharma.